Hey, it was my birthday recently, and for my birthday I wanted one thing. For you to subscribe to the channel. Just kidding, but you know, that'd be cool, I'm just saying. But for your birthday in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, wild Pokemon have the chance to have the mark of the Chosen One, the Destiny Mark. And for my birthday, I wanted nothing more than to get myself a shiny Dunsparce, the Chosen One, for maximum emotional support. And while I was at it, see if I could maybe get a 1 in 100 chance for a 3-segment shiny Dunsparce. But would I find either of these Dunsparce of Destiny? Well, let's find out. I actually really prepared myself for this hunt. I set the clock on my Switch so that midnight would be about when I would actually wake up. That way I had maximum uptime for being able to hunt. And I got pretty lucky in my preparations for this hunt, as I would find a Dondozo raid which gave 4 Urbas per completion. So utilizing my second Switch, I was able to farm these rather quickly. It took me a bit to figure out the best strategy for the raid, but I was eventually able to take it down consistently in 6 or 7 turns. It was mostly sweet herba though, so I had to use this recipe.
What is that?
It does look bad, but I didn't fail a single ingredient in an entire day of hunting with it. But that was largely because of my practice with tofu in the 100 sandwiches video. But because I didn't fail anything, it ended up being actually kind of good. And so was my luck to start things off. I got 0 shinies in the first 2 sandwiches. Oh, that's actually kind of bad. And to add insult to injury, my first shiny, which would come on the 3rd sandwich, also happened to not be a Dunsparce. Okay, I mean that works. First Dunsparce shiny in the wild. But hey, I was just happy that I finally found something. But what I find weird about this shiny is that somehow this is still the one and only wild shiny Dunsparce that I found. Like, even if with the sandwich it's a 5% chance to find a Dunsparce or something like that, I should have probably found another one by now. Regardless, this Dunsparce was what I needed to break the cold streak, because on this 3rd sandwich I would also find not 1, but 2 shiny Dunsparce. And one of which actually had a personality mark, which was rarer than the mark that I was actually looking for. I decided to wait until I got a Destiny Mark Dunsparce to evolve all of them though. But unfortunately, after that hot streak on that sandwich, I went cold, getting 0 shinies on the next sandwich. But that's definitely how Scarlet and Violet shiny hunting goes. And we were back to a hot streak, as on the next sandwich I would find a shiny, and then a second shiny less than a minute after catching that one. One of which had the sociable mark, which made sense. Not only was it shiny, but it had a shiny friend as well. And that sandwich was the first of many, where I would spend most of my time in where I would call the Cove of Dunsparce. Now for most shiny hunts, hunting here would just be plain terrible. It's a small area, meaning you really can't despawn anything. However, when you have a Pokemon that can despawn itself, then this actually becomes a decent area to shiny hunt in. When a Dunsparce notices you and has the exclamation point above its head, it'll wait a couple of seconds, and then it will burrow into the ground and run away from you, despawning it. So it's a chill and easy way to reset Pokemon, and your odds of failing a shiny here are extremely low, because there are really only 3 possible ways to fail a shiny here. It either has to fall in this out of bounds section, fall off of the cliff, or you have to kill it without having saved beforehand. And I would say these really aren't likely to have happened because they never happened to me, and even when it comes to the non-shinies, the times they fell or fell out of bounds is less than 10. So this takes a lot of the stress out of the shiny hunt over potentially missing a shiny if you're the type to worry about that a lot. And armed with this new strategy, I was about to pull off something insane. Not only did I find 3 shinies, but also... Yes, let's go! I did it! I found Dunsparce the Chosen One. So the only question is, was he the real Chosen One? Or would it be somebody else that was the real Chosen One? Well, it was time to evolve the Dunsparce. 2 segment. 2. Is he him? Ah. Come on, man, that would have been so awesome. So, unfortunately, I did not get a 3-segment just yet, but it was still pretty early in the day, so I thought I would keep going and see if I could get one. And it was a good idea. I couldn't even get to the Dunsparce Cove before finding another shiny, and crazy enough, it also had the Chosen One mark. And 10 minutes after that, I would find my first shiny that was inside the wall, and 2 minutes after that, I had to take a deuce really bad. But after I came back from that, just before the end of the sandwich, I was able to find another one, and this one was a little bit different. The rare mark, the recluse. Oh, baby. Not only did I get the Destiny mark on a shiny today twice, but I got the rare mark on a shiny. And this is my second rare marked shiny Dunsparce because of the 100 sandwiches video. So once again, I had a chance at the rarest shiny in the game. Aw, dang it, dude. Of course not. Why would I get that lucky? And neither of the other 2 shinies were 3 segments either. And that guy ate up all of my luck, as for the next 2 sandwiches, I would find 0 shinies. Truly unfortunate. And it was a bit deflating, so I decided to take a break. And when I came back to it, the next sandwich started off right, as once again, before I could even get to the cove, I found another shiny. This one sporting the Sleepy Time mark. And 5 minutes later, I would find yet another marked shiny Dunsparce, this one having the Cloudy mark. And at this point, I'm just really surprised at the variety of marks I'm getting here. Rather than getting several sociable marks, the only repeat I've gotten so far was the Destiny mark. And this trend would actually continue with the next Dunsparce having the 0 energy mark. And that is 4 shiny Dunsparce in a row with marks on them. That is absolutely crazy, and I've never had or even heard of a streak like that. And while I was getting quite lucky with that, I wasn't getting very lucky when it came to the 3-segment Dunsparce, as these 3 as well would also not evolve into the extra large version. And once again, I was greeted by yet another shiny Dunsparce before I was even able to make it to the cove. However, this one broke the streak of getting shinies with marks on them. But one of the most scripted shiny encounters ever would happen to me just after that. Now sadly, I didn't get this part on video because I reset my recording to make editing easier, and for the first few seconds of it, the gameplay was frozen, but what happened was a Dunsparce kicked me off the ledge and sent me down to the ground below. The audio still worked, so you could hear my reaction to what happened, and the video would start working just in time to capture this. No, shoot. I just fell. Hopefully there was not a shiny up there that I wasn't able to see. Well, it doesn't matter because there's a shiny down here. Crazy, man. Crazy. Would you look at that? A shiny that I was truly destined to find. But, you know, it had the sociable mark instead of the destiny mark. But that netted me 2 shinies on this sandwich. And once again, they would not be the 3-segment shiny that I was looking for. I was resetting my game to unevolve all of these, by the way, because it's more flexible to keep them as Dunsparce. After this, I took almost exactly 2 hours off to play Super Mario 64, getting a new 16-star speedrun personal best in the process. And upon my return, I would find yet another quite scripted sounding shiny Pokemon encounter. So to reiterate, one of the main things you'll want to keep an eye on when hunting in the Dunsparce Cove here is the out of bounds area. You can utilize the ZL zoom in and see behind the wall in the right angles. And you'll want to keep an eye on this area because you might just find a shiny lurking behind there, as I would on this sandwich. And you might call these type of Pokemon to hide behind a wall the antisocial type. So if you can see where this is going, are you kidding me? Can you even believe this? 2 rare marked shiny Dunsparce in one day. And if this one was the 3-segment, I would be able to complete the form decks of Dunsparce and Dunsparce with shiny rare marked Pokemon, seeing as I already had the 1 rare mark from the 100 sandwiches video. I found 1 more shiny on this sandwich, by the way, but no more. So would this be the dream 3-segment shiny Dunsparce? And that'd be wild. Oh, okay. That would have been so cool, man. But alas, the 3-segment shiny still eluded me, and I was getting quite tired at this point as it was approaching 2 a.m. in real time, so I made the push for one final sandwich. And I was regretting that decision until 22 minutes in, where I would find a shiny, who was the third one to have the chosen one mark, the first of which to be female, and she had a friend as well, finding another one 2 minutes later. And these would be the last of the shinies for this birthday hunt. So would either of them be the Dunsparce of Destiny?
I was so excited for a second. No.
Unfortunately, no. I sadly did not get a 3-segment Dunsparce for my birthday, and to be fair, I haven't even gone close to the odds of getting one yet, as with these I've now evolved 29 Dunsparce, and it is a 1 in 100 chance after all. But this day of shiny hunting was still a massive W. In total, that was 20 shinies in just one day, and I wasn't even doing it for the entire day like I could have. Again, I took a Super Mario 64 break, I cooked food, I ran to the grocery store and grabbed dog food for my sister before the store closed because she forgot about it. And I could have stayed up all night until my Switch's clock hit midnight on the next day, but I was quite tired and I need very specific circumstances to stay up for an entire day, like when I was in my freshman year of college and always waiting to do a 10-hour lab report the day before it was due. Good times. But that's gonna be all I have for you today. I made some good progress on this hunt and got tons of shinies in the process. Hopefully the next time I do this, I'll find one. But until then, I have been Trevor, I go by Trails, and I will catch you guys next time.